All right, enough Real Madrid. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Paris Saint-Germain rolled to a 2-0 win over Liverpool in their quarterfinal. Jules, you were there.
Yeah.
Considering Liverpool didn't even attempt a shot on goal until early in the second half, and Paris Saint-Germain created a ton of chances. Does this feel like an opportunity missed?
Yeah, I don't know if I think opportunity is maybe a bit strong. They played great. They should have scored more goals, sure. And if they had scored 3 or 4,
the tie would be over.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's not over, and they will have to go to Liverpool next week. Do the same thing again, but be a bit wary of the reaction that maybe Liverpool can do in 6 days, and they will have to transform themselves massively because yesterday it was pathetic what Liverpool offered, really, from Arne Slot's tactics to the players on the pitch to Van Dijk showing his bum on the first goal to not tracking a runner on the second goal. All of that, like basic error for a team that is the shadow of itself. So Liverpool might turn it around next week. Sure, they have a chance because it's only 2-0 when it should have been 4-5. But I don't think PSG sees it as a missed opportunity. They would have loved to score more, sure, but I think they were very happy with the way they played.
I looked at Nuno Mendes' face when he I think it was the second one of his 2 counterattacks at the end, where he just miscontrols it with his weaker foot, and he just has this look of disappointment in his face. Hey, I think at 3, it's pretty much over. I mean, it's not unprecedented and stuff. At 4, as we know, nobody's ever come back from 4 goals down except for once. But I don't want to mention that because that's triggering.
Okay, man. Things have changed since,
But yeah, I don't know. It just still leaves you that uncertainty.
Yeah, but Liverpool will have to win 3-0, which again,
you just need 2-0, and then it's extra time, and then it's a different game.
It's hard to see. They will have to be really much better than what they did yesterday. And there was a big decision from Arne Slot. Gab, he switched to a back 3. He dropped Mo Salah and didn't even bring him on as a sub. Are you surprised?
All right, I'm in two minds about this. You can do the same as before and go out, try to go toe-to-toe with them, and then you get what you had against Man City at the weekend, where, half an hour, and then the bottom falls out, and you get destroyed. So you do something different. Are Liverpool built for a back 3 or back 5 as it was? No, they're absolutely not. There's no changes. He doesn't have any defenders left practically on the bench. It's risky, but this looked to me like desperation. Yeah. What I did not understand is you're getting battered. You're only 2-0 down. You're getting battered. And you wait until 12 minutes from time against a team that has so much more energy than you do, also because you played against Man City at the weekend and you played your strongest 11, whereas Paris Saint-Germain played on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. And didn't play their best 11. Why wait so long? Why for the changes? Then you make a quadruple change and no Mo Salah. Now, Salah, obviously, a billion issues. But why turn this into an issue as well? Why turn this into give people another further talking point, another further chattering point? I don't understand that. And he said, well, no, but we were all defending and Mo Salah's better when he's fresh in attack. I'm like, yeah, maybe he's fresh in attack. Maybe he gets a goal on the counter. But this is writing off Mo Salah, which I don't know if that's necessary to do in such an explicit way.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying for weeks now, I don't think Salah should start. Should he have come on? Maybe. Would that make a difference? I don't think so. But regardless, it was stupid from Slot to think that this could work. I agree with you on changing something, but not to this, not to a back 5, and not to come with 0 shot on target, 0.18 expected goals. I think it's an embarrassment from a Liverpool Football Club point of view. This is not who you are, really.
But I just want to say, I know Slots gets blamed for everything. It's his fault. This is happening. That's happening. The Strait of Hormuz isn't open. Let's burn Slot.
No, but yesterday, we don't have to be dramatic. Yesterday, he made a massive call.
But this is what happens.
That would never work. But how did he think that could work? From the beginning, as soon as we saw the back 5, it was very obvious that this would never work. Look at the game that Van Dijk, Konate, Gomez had. They were all over the place because they had to follow their play. It was ridiculous.
And I especially liked Konate getting stuck out onto...
Exactly. It was never going to work.
Fabian Ruiz hasn't played since late January, and according to reports in L'Equipe and others, Paris Saint-Germain's medical staff has cleared him to play, but he says he's still unwell. He has a boo-boo. Jules, you're medically adjacent more than me. This does not look good from the... This looks good.
I don't know.
And unnecessary from the outside.
No, exactly. I don't know. There was a knock on his knee and they thought it would not be too long. And then clearly he's still in pain he's not feeling right, completely right. They don't want to take any risk. They're right. He's got a World Cup coming up this summer, so I think he doesn't want to take any risk either, which I can understand.
But then why go out and tell people he's cleared to play? That's the part I don't follow.
They're just quite honest in the medical report that they have every week on who's injured, who's not injured, who's recovering or in rehab. I think that was just part of just being honest in that way. To be fair, Zaire Emery is playing at such an incredible level right now that I don't have any problem if Fabian wants to take another couple of weeks to come back.
As long as he comes back.
Yeah, exactly. Liverpool fan groups are planning a series of protests against a proposed ticket price increase, Gab.
Yeah, so this is going to make people in the US, it's going to make their heads explode because the ticket price increase, it's 3% for the first year, and then whatever inflation is after that, right? So it's not a big ticket price increase. Yeah. But one thing we know is this is why there's just different cultures in Europe and the US. The minute you even talk about this in Europe, and we're talking about increasing prices not on the corporates, but on the rank and file, people lose their minds. So if you're really increasing these tickets by 3%, ask yourself, Liverpool, is this really worth it? Is it going to move your bottom line? Because this is not a huge part of your revenue base. I'm not surprised there's this reaction. Hopefully it doesn't spill over into more negativity that upsets the team in their hunt for top 5 finish.